Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to another um, pro wrestling breakdown. And today I'm going to talk about something that is uh, kind of interesting because I like doing fantasy booking. I love talking about um, how I would do certain things. And, today I want to talk about how I would book Kevin Owens from here on out. And from here on out, meaning that Extreme Rules, how would I go forward with this character? And I'm not really going to go like too far in the detail, like, um, what would I do with the other people surrounding him? But just focus on him in general. Because Kevin Owens is pretty popular, whether he's heel or babyface. The smarks out there that that really care about the business and want everybody to succeed. Um, how do you book Kevin Owens? Because he's such a tremendous athlete and a great star for the company. And if I was going to book Kevin Owens, this is what I would do. You get him in the program with Sami Zayn. You're going to keep him in the program with Sami Zayn for a while. Now, do you put the IC belt around one of them? They don't really need it. And here's the problem that comes into effect when the network, that they're dominating the universe, gets behind people. And it's because they expect every star to be able to win a singles championship. And I kind of want to go back to when Daniel Bryan wasn't the World Heavyweight Champion, when he wasn't a champion at all. Um, because he was having tremendous matches with Bray Wyatt. He was doing a lot of things um, that people enjoyed. And the fans got behind him. They really liked him, everything like that. And there wasn't a need for people to get behind him. And the same thing kind of goes with Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is super popular right now. And if they put him in good storylines, then there's no need to put a belt on him. But eventually, they're going to have to do something with Bray Wyatt. And the same thing, I got something wrong with my nose. I think it's allergies or something. So, excuse the sniffling. But with that being said, where would I go with Kevin Owens? So I would leave him in a feud with Sami Zayn, but now they've kind of introduced on Raw this past week. Um, I don't know when this is going to get uploaded. It may Raw, I think, it's probably going to be posted before I get this up again. Um, but even then, they'll probably do something to the effect where Zayn will take on Miz or Cesaro will take on it'll probably be this week. It'll probably be Cesaro versus how that'll go. I don't know. Something will happen. It'll probably be Miz versus Zayn this week or something on Raw, to be honest. And then Owens and Cesaro will somehow get involved, or maybe they'll wrestle again. I don't know. But I kind of don't want Cesaro and Owens to touch too much because they should be, having a feud later on down the line. Um, but what I would do is keep Sammy and Owens in a feud for a while until it builds and culminates, and have that Hell in a Cell match or have that Last Man Standing match that they both need to have. And honestly, I think they should figure out something else fresh to do with the two. We've heard about dog collar matches kind of making a resurgence. Um, Maybe do something with that. I mean, these two guys are talented enough to where they could do something like that. And the guys coming up are talented enough to do it. If a wrestler is comfortable doing a type of match that we hadn't normally seen, and they did them on the indies, and they've had great success with it, I would think they could bring it up to Vince and the company and the board of writers and say, hey, this is what we should do. We're comfortable. We did these so many times, and kind of the thing we've heard that Dean and Bray had a dog collar match. I believe in FCW before it turned into NXT. Is what I heard, that they did some great stuff um, with that, and it was a very, very good match, supposedly. So, with that being said, why wouldn't we have the culmination? Have them face off again at Extreme Rules. This time, maybe have it be um, some kind of stipulation where it's like pinfall, or like just a regular street fight, and then maybe the next match would be, and maybe a pinfall anywhere in the building or something. with Owens and Zayn. And then the next one would be something about where um uh I don't know, I'm trying to think where you would go from like after they had the Extreme Rules match, like maybe have another match to where because Owens got to win this time, so Zayn would have to win at Extreme Rules to continue the feud. Really, I mean, for the most part. Um, and then you would have to have them face and whatever the pay per view is afterwards. I don't really know. Maybe Battleground, maybe. I think it's Battleground. I'm thinking. Um, but had them face at whatever that pay per view is after Extreme Rules and build and build and build. Now SummerSlam would probably be the blow off, and it would be the build up to have Owens and Zayn in some kind of stipulated matchup that's going to end the feud, whether it be a Hell in a Cell, whether it be a dog collar match, whether it be a last man standing match. Um, you don't want a first blood match because that's kind of like whatever. Um, and we don't really see them very much anyway right now. But it had some kind of culmination to end the feud. And after this is all said and done, you know, you could send these guys in any direction you wanted. And in that effect, I would have Miz attack Sami Zayn because he came out to help, or maybe he tried to attack Cesaro earlier tonight to make, you know, to get an advantage on the Intercontinental title match. That was going to happen in the same night as well. And Zayn helped him just a little bit. Zayn helped Cesaro just a little bit and made to where Miz did all that for nothing. And then Miz ended up losing the IC title that night to Cesaro. Then build up Zayn and a Miz feud afterwards to get Zayn away from that. And that would put Zayn on the track to the Intercontinental Championship, leaving Owens to go on to something bigger because they've made each other out of the entire feud. So that made Owens into a golden boy, it made Zayn into a golden boy, but inadvertently it kind of moves Zayn into the Intercontinental title thing. It would eventually would be the main goal is to put Zayn on the track to be the IC champion and do the things that Owens did, you know, this past year to get him to the point to where they're going to get back together to do another feud, to where possibly, you know, come like I would keep them apart for a couple years, and then at the Royal Rumble in a couple years, kind of tease at that, and then it would kind of build up to them having a match at WrestleMania to, you know, showcase, you know, who the better man is on the grandest stage of them all, and you know, something like that. And that would be to kind of build Sami Zayn into the big star that Owens will have become by that time because of the big feud that Sami Zayn had. And I think ultimately, I think the WWE sees that, so I can really see them doing something big with these guys this year. And I think that who knows, they may see the same thing I see. Um, but I ultimately think that Owens at that point would go into a program with a couple people that are going to really solidify him as being a main eventer at that time. You know, maybe a guy like Sheamus. Um, whether he's a heel or not, they could work a program, maybe even making Owens a tweener at the point. But I think Sheamus would be better at being a tweener, where he's just kind of coming out and cutting promos. And it may not be a big program with him, maybe just a couple matches, or even just one pay per view, and then Sheamus gets beat by Owens, and maybe they have some matches on Raw, and then the next pay per view he moves on to another guy that's better that you know that he should have a good match with, maybe even the John Cena, to where he has a good match with, hangs with him. Cena still gets the victory. Maybe Owens beats him the first time again, and Cena gets his win back. But it still kind of proves that Owens is still in that class with John Cena, which has continued to prove that he can, you know, because I mean he didn't lose the Intercontinental Championship technically, but he still wants his rematch. But you got Zayn kind of diffracting from that. But then by the time he gets done with Zayn, he says, "I'm a contender for the World Championship by now. I don't even care about the Intercontinental Championship." So then he starts going on for the World Championship. And whether John Cena is a champion or not, I think John Cena and JD from New York out of nowhere. I just watched that last night. I haven't watched like a whole one of it because I can never get to the whole entire show. But JD from New York 206, I believe. He mentioned that John Cena will probably be champion by WrestleMania, and I do see that. That or he'll be facing the World Heavyweight Champion, um, and I think that could really happen. I do see that. But where does Owens fit into it? That's my thing. Like, will Owens face John Cena in the main event this coming year? Supposedly Vince wants Taker and Cena, but I don't believe any of that crap until it actually happens because, um, oh my god, y'all like that. Um, but I don't believe any of that stuff until it actually happens. All the rumors and crap. So I tend to kind of not believe that kind of book my own thing in my mind. But if I was that, I would, like I said, feud with the two people, and then he would be pretty much ready for whoever the world champion is at that time. That they could put him in a storyline, and legitimately, he would be perceived as a number one contender. Now, at any time, they could put him in the ring with Roman Reigns and have him have an opportunity. Because right now, I think he would be a legitimate opponent for Roman. He could go in any match, but if they put him in there now, it wouldn't be believable. And I think at this time, like the Roman would just decimate him, and he would beat him, and he would just be another opponent. And I don't think it would be a bad thing because I don't think that people would say, oh, okay, he has no shot. He has a shot. He could beat Roman Reigns. But if you put him in there now, people they're not going to put the belt on Owens right now. You just know that. But he could be a solid opponent, and maybe that's the way to go too. After saying that he gets an empty title shot against Reigns, Reigns beats him, but he makes Reigns look awesome, and maybe do a couple matches with Reigns, building up to maybe looking good in the Royal Rumble, and then this following year, 2017, you see Owens really start to come into his own, and you start to see more main event profile matches. Start working with the main eventer guys, the guys that's been here forever, and start kind of building his main event status because I think him working with guys like Alberto Del Rio, him working with guys like Sheamus, um, even going back and working a program with Ziggler, I think would help him, um, and even guys like Orton when he comes back, working a program with Orton, that would be amazing. I think I would love to see Orton versus Owens, and I think Orton wouldn't mind putting him over because Owens is going to make him look 10 times better, and Orton's going to make Owens 10 times better than what he is, because Orton's always going to go out there and give you, everything he's got. He's going to give you Orton treatment. He's going to go out there and put you over. And I think Orton would do it as long as they kind of had equal kind of whatever. But in the end, let Owens kind of get that victory ahead of him so that he can continue to go down that road. Yawning Central in this video. Sorry for the yawning. But yeah, that's what I think. So in the comments down below, what do you think about what I said? My fantasy booking. I think that's where it should go. I'm basically kind of leading Owens up to the main event status. Do I think he's going to be the world champion this year? Probably not. Next year, possibly. But it could be a couple years before he gets the opportunity to even hold the championship. And I think he will hold the championship because he is honestly the best heel right now in the company. Even when Rollins comes back, Owens is the best heel in the company. Bar none. Bar none. There is no better heel than Owens. I used to think Miz was probably the best heel that we got because of mic work and in-ring work and everything. But, Owens has proven that time and time again nowadays that he is the best heel that they have right now. So there you go. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like this video before you exit. Hit that like button. Tell me what you think down below. Let me know. Do you hate it? Do you love the ideas I had? If you have any ideas of your own, put them down in the comment section. I will definitely read them and comment. Every comment you make, I will reply, and I guarantee you that. I've had comments this week. I replied to every single one of them. Subscribe if you like the content, and I'll see you later. Keep rocking.